Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing my pan in every eyeshadow palette roulette style project pan kind of thing. It's been a couple of months since my last update and I am so ready for this. And let me tell you, I am in a brutal mood today. I've had a change of heart about everything and I'm like gonna be so mean from now on with my products if they're just not suiting me, making me happy. I'm not keeping things any longer just for the sake of having them. So yeah, it's time to get mean. So I hope you're all well. I hope that's not scared any of you away, like mean Marcia. But yeah, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Marcia. And if you are returning, thank you so much. So if you don't know what this is, basically I am trying to hit at least one pan in every single eyeshadow palette that I own, just as a way of like just trying to work through my palettes, just seeing what I like, what I don't like, because I've got quite a lot. I have decluttered quite a few over time, but let me tell you, today there's going to be quite a few more in that declutter pile. I'm dead excited for today's video. So yeah, each month I randomly select 5 eyeshadow palettes to work on, and then I'll pick one face palette as well. And my aim is that I keep working on those palettes until I hit a pan in the palette, and then I just use these palettes that I've got here. They're the only palettes that I use. And then the face palette is just to try and have a bit of a use of it, just to rotate through. I don't need to hit pan in my face palettes. So a little reminder of the palettes that we have been working on. So last month, well, it wasn't last month, 2 months ago. So we had the Eye Candy Make Me Blush. We also had the Eye Candy in the Nude. It's really weird that we had 2 from the same brand. We had a Steve Laurent, this was a birthday edition, and it was the more orangey one. I've also got the birthday edition, which is a pink one, but it was the orange one this time. We'll have a look at them as we go through them. We also had a Bang Beauty Warm Neutral Palette, and the Memi, what was this called? Creative Control. This is going to be a really reflective one, sorry. There we go. And then the face palette I was working on was the Revolution Ultra Strobe Balm Palette. So, we are going to be getting 5 new eyeshadow palettes in today. But I've only hit pan in one of them. So, yeah, let's work through. So, I'll talk about the one that I've hit pan in first. And then we will discuss the other palettes. It's really nice being back filming again. Life's really hectic at the minute. We have decided that we're going to move to Scotland. This is just a very quick sneaky life update. So I'm now in the process of just trying to get the house ready to put on the market. I'm really worried about trying to tackle this room. But yes, I just like doing a bit of a spring clean, declutter throughout the house, just getting it ready before we get the estate agents round. But we've seen a few houses that we like in Scotland, but we definitely know the kind of area that we want to move to. So yeah, keep watching this space for updates. It's really, really exciting. Anyway, back to the job in hand, and it is the Eye Candy Make Me Blush. So I think I got this in a Discovered Beauty box. So it is a 9-pan palette. It is PETA certified, so it is cruelty free. And let's have a look. So yeah, I've hit pan. It's a very sort of typically kind of like me-ish palette in that. Let me just try and do that. There we go. So here's my pan, very sizable pan, and you'll see why when we look at the other palettes. So yeah, it's a huge pan. It's in the shade Fairy Dust. It's actually a really nice little palette. Actually, I was surprised purely because I wasn't very fond of the other Eye Candy palette. But this pinky one, I've actually used this an awful lot. I was using this as like a transition shade right up to the brow, and it's a beautiful just like pinky neutral. It's in the shade Bubblegum. It looks very weird there, but on the skin it's just really nice. And then this is the one that I was using on my lid, and that is called Fairy Dust, and it is just like your normal typical shimmer, a little bit light for me normally, but it is really pretty. And yeah, I've used it quite a lot. I've used Dusk quite a bit as well. I was using this on my lid to sort of as a base. I can't speak today. I have used a couple of the other sort of darker shades as well. So overall, I've used, I think, pretty much every colour in the palette, which is like almost unheard of for me. So I really did enjoy it actually. The quality is okay. It's not the best quality palette, and the colours don't stay really vibrant all day long, but it is a nice little one and I enjoyed using it, so that can go back into my collection now. It's had its money's worth, as it were. So yeah, I've enjoyed using that. So because we've talked about that eye candy, let's get the other one up. So this has been in for a few videos now, hasn't it? The In the Nude, and I think I was having an iron about whether to keep it or not last time. I've just really struggled with it, and if you can see here, I've got loads of hard pan in it. So yeah, it is the, which one? Yeah, In the Nude. But can you see, compared to the other one, look at all the hard pan on here. Just virtually every pan has got hard panning. 1, 2, 3. For all the mattes, they're just really struggling. I don't know if that's picking up properly, but I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. And even the shimmers, I didn't really enjoy them either. So I am going to declutter this palette. It is going, it feels quite good actually. I don't see why I should sort of struggle through. I've got, how many palettes have I got together? Well, I've actually just adjusted the numbers for the ones I've taken out. I've got 76 eyeshadow palettes, which is like a lot of palettes. So I just don't need to keep something that's not performing for me and that I'm not enjoying using. So afraid to say this one is going, but really interesting to have these two at the same time because the quality was really different. I don't know if they've changed formulas. I don't know what's happened, but yeah, as you can see, the mattes in that nude palette were just shocking. Like so much hard pan everywhere. So yeah, bye bye. Next one is Bang Beauty. I just feel like I've had a pile of crap palettes this time. It's the warm neutral palette. Again, this is another cruelty-free palette. It just didn't excite me. It didn't really do anything for me at all. So again, for the same reason, I'm decluttering it. There's a bit of hard pan on this one. I did use this a bit to try and sort of set my shades. Set my lids. Oops daisy. It's just, you can see there's bits of hard pan as well, and it's not a great quality palette in my opinion. So that is going. We've then got the Steve Laurent birthday edition. So this is like the orangey one. I have got a pink one as well. There's no difference in the labeling or the naming, even though they're completely different palettes, which I find a bit strange. But again, it's just, there's nothing exciting about it. The quality wasn't fantastic. I just struggled to get a nice eye look out of it. So, oh, excuse me. I'm just going to declutter it. There's nothing I can really say about it that I even really enjoyed. Nice shade of pink on the palette packaging. Okay, so next one is Memi, and this is the Creative Control. It's a 12 pan palette. I was so excited when I pulled this out because I'd really been wanting to use it a lot. And I'm not going to lie, I actually struggled with it. I have tried to use it. And you can see I've used it quite a bit, but I think the colour palette just didn't really work very well for me, and I'm so surprised. And I thought I'd love all the shimmers, and I didn't. The one that I used the most was this shade here called West Side. You can see, I mean, I have used it. I have tried. It's so reflective. The West Side is, so again, so it's like a nice colour, but it's just, on me, I don't know, it just didn't look very good. So what I've decided, I'm not going to declutter this, but I am rolling it out purely because I'm not loving it. So maybe at a different time of year, I don't know, maybe I'll enjoy it more. But for the moment, I have feeling that I've just struggled with my eye look so so much this past month. I should have been on to film, but I've just not had time. So as you can see, I don't even have any eyeshadow on today. This is how bad the situation's got. I've just got mascara on. So I cannot wait to get some new palettes in this this project. I'm really excited to roll in some new ones. Finally, the face palette. I feel like I'm sort of like Debbie Downer today. It was obviously the strobe palette. Why have I had this in my collection so long? I mean, it's one of those that I need to try it. I literally just tried a couple of the shades. Guys, I'm just decluttering it. I don't know. I don't even know why I've got it. It was just not for me. Yeah, not for me. I've got so many nice highlights and things. So I'm not saying it's dreadful, but I mean, it does. If you want that, then I suppose it's fine. But for me, it's not what I'm after. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't use it. So I'm not keeping it. I am going to declutter. I'll see if my niece wants it. Maybe she will. But to be honest, it's pretty old. It should be in the bin, I think, already. So that is it. Let's choose 5 new palettes to play with. Oh, let me give you a little update actually at the minute on my palettes with panning. I've worked out the percentages and everything. So as I mentioned, I've taken those palettes that I'm decluttering out of the equation. So I've removed them from my numbers. But yeah, in total now, with those ones removed, I've now got 76 palettes. 33 palettes have now got at least one pan in them, which means I've got 43.42% of my palettes have a pan, which I think is really good. So that's not my overall pan percentage counting each individual pan, but that is 43% of palettes have at least one pan in. So I'm really, really happy about that. Here's my quick little scribbles there, just so I wouldn't forget my numbers. So yeah, I think that's really, that's okay. So 43.42%. I'm going to put that in the description box, just so that when I do my next update, I can see if my numbers are going up or down, you know, because obviously if I declutter some palettes, just see what things are going like, or if I get anything new in. But I'm really happy with that. So it does mean though that I've got 43 palettes with no pan in, and I've got an idea for a video when I get time to film it. What I want to do is I want to go through all of my palettes, and then we're going to have a look at which palettes have got a pan in, which palettes I have used, and then which palettes I have never used. And I think once I've done that video, what I will then do, I might create a separate wheel, and then the palettes that I have never used, I might randomly select one of those palettes, so that at least each video I'm going to be getting through the palettes that I've never even laid hands on, because there are ones in there that I've actually bought myself and then I've never used them. So yeah, at least that way I'll be working on them, and then we'll like randomize the others as well. So we'll have 1 from the never used, and then 4 from the never used and used pile, but with no pan. Does that even make sense? It makes sense to me. So I think that's a really good idea. Let me know what you think. But yeah, hopefully I'll get that video up in the next couple of weeks where we can go through all of my palettes. And that'll be the plan. So yes, I have my updated wheel here. It seems a bit clunky today. It's not spinning very well. I'm not sure why. It never does on my iPad. I think maybe it just struggles to connect to my Wi-Fi. This has no data on it at all. It's literally just like, when I've had this for years, and so I had my contract for the first year, but after that I never took a contract out because I didn't need it to have any data on it, because I've got my phone and I can like pair it with my phone, the one. But yeah, it just works on the house Wi-Fi. But I'm rambling now, but that's probably why it's a bit clunky. But yeah, as I mentioned, we have got 43, as you can see there, 43 palettes in there, and they're all listed down below. So I've got all my eyeshadow palettes here out. Get them out ready for the video. Let's get spinning. So the first palette we have got is, and the reason I've got this wheel as well is just because I kept pulling out palettes that I've already worked on in this project. So I figured this way is a good way of making sure we're working on the palettes that haven't got any pans in at all. So the first one is, what is this? You Star I think that must be a, so I got a typo there. U-Star, Boho Glam, Hippie Chicks. Okay, I'm going to just screenshot this. If I can remember how to screenshot on here. Share. Oh, what have I done here? No, I don't want to share this page. I don't know what that is. Okay. We'll find it in a minute. What I'll do, I'm going to roll it and I'll pause the video. I'll get my, I'll get the palettes out and then we'll come back because this is going to take me ages. I don't know if that is a typo for the U-Star. Who knows? Okay, so we can close that bit. So that's palette number 1. This is so clunky. Close. There we go. Okay, palette number 1. Palette number 2 is, oh, here we go. It's so slow. That wasn't a very good spin. Mellow Harmonia Eyeshadow Quad 04. Okay. Oh, Mellow. I think I like Mellow. I've had some nice products from them. Okay, that's good. Next one is, why is this so slow? I film on my phone, otherwise I'd have my phone here. But good grief. Right, here we go. Let's just tap it a few times. Give it a good old spin. It's taking forever, but I do love this bit. And I like you to see that this is the actual selection, that I'm not editing it, just rolling palettes in that I want to work on. Why? Where is the name? It's just so clunky. What's going on? It's selected a winner, but it's not put the winner's name up. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Estate. Mystic Forest. Okay. It has never been this bad before, has it? I don't know if I'm looking forward to that or not. I can't even think what any of these palettes are. None of them, which is really interesting. Normally I know what the palettes are. So either I'm just getting old with like a load of brain fog, or literally I've got no idea what these are. All right, okay, here we go. So that's 3, isn't it, so far? Come on, be a bit speedier. What have we got? All right, Forgive Me Susie, Naturally Yours. I'm not sure if we've had that in this project before or not, but there's no pans in it, so that's fine. I know what that one is. It's just a little tiny one. I think it's quite peachy pink. I think it's quite a nice one. Okay, oh my gosh, I've got hundreds of adverts. Get rid of that. Right, and then final palette. Good golly, Miss Molly. Here we go. Come on, you can do it. Maybe. I think it's going to be a K. Oh, is it still going? A KAB Cosmetics Day and Night. Oh, an 18 pan. Perfect. Right. I'm going to pause you. I'll get these out. I'll be back in a minute. I've got them all. And this is really exciting because I think I've got a few in here I've never even used. So, first one is U-Star Boho Glam Eyeshadow Palette. Correct name. So that's really interesting. It obviously just hadn't registered with me. So let's have a look at this one. So it's cruelty-free and vegan. Let's have a little look and see what this is like. I'm not even sure if I've even swatched it. So there's the packaging. So that looks quite nice. And yeah, Hippie Chicks. There's 4 shimmer eyeshadows. 4 eyeshadows. 1 glitter eye cream. Ooh, okay. Let's have, okay. So I think I've just swatched these. I've got a couple of fingerprints in them, but that is all. Here is what it's looking like. So another very sort of like warm palette. This is obviously the glitter cream in the middle. This would be a really nice autumn palette, wouldn't it? But we'll have a go, see what we think of it, and hopefully we can hit pan in some of those shades. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Let me just show you there again so you can see it. But there. So that is palette number 1. I'm not hating it, but we will see. Lovely. So the next palette I pulled out was Mellow. It's a little quad and it was called Harmonia. So there's the packaging. And again, I don't think I've used this. I don't think I have. I've had quite a few products from Mellow, as I mentioned before, which I've really enjoyed. They had a nice eye pencil. They have a nice mascara as well from them. But yeah, I've had a few things in the past. So it's like a nice matte packaging. It looks really quite classy actually. I think I had a really nice lip pencil from them too. So this is a little quad and it's cruelty free, paraben free, vegan. So that's good. Oh, again, I've only swatched these, but very similar actually to the other palette with a lot of the shades. So again, a warm palette, 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. So we shall see what this is like. It's really beautiful looking packaging though. So yeah, give that a go and see. I want some nice light bright colours for spring. Oh, next one was Estate Mystic Forest. I've got a few Estate palettes which are like the little Just a Taste ones, like the little tiny quads. One's been okay so far. One was just so powdery and awful that I decluttered it. So this is going to be interesting to try. So this is a palette pigment. Does it tell me anything there? Not particularly on the sleeve. Let's take it out of the sleeve. Beautiful packaging. Actually, this is embossed. That's really nice. And does it say anything about it, if it's cruelty free or anything? Can't see. Okay, let's open it up. Oops, and have a look. These pans are massive. So again, there's another big mirror inside. I've only done some swatches. So that means all of these are new palettes. That's really good. It's really dark, guys. Oh, I hope it's okay. We'll give it a go. At least we'll know one way or the other. So yeah, I've just done a couple of finger swatches. But, I mean, that green actually looks really nice on camera. That might be nice as a liner. And it has got a black in it. So we'll try. I'm never really sure about like the more mustardy colours. I don't know if I'm feeling a little bit sad about my selection this time. Oh, let's hope something's going to pull out of the bag. But at least it's so valuable, because if I don't love them, then what are they doing in my collection? So we'll look at it from that point of view, but I'm going to do my very best with these. I really am. Next one is Forgive Me Susie. I think I've had this before in this. I'm sure I have. I haven't hit pan on it though. And it's sort of laid out a little bit like the Natasha Denona minis. I always think this looks very much like that. It's very similar size as well. And yes, there we go. I actually have got quite a bit of usage on it. So there are some pretty shades. I seem to have gone at this one. Let's have a look at this. It really feels really soft and buttery. Okay, that's it there. That might be quite a nice one. But again, another very warm palette. But I do prefer warm shades, I think. I tend to use them anyway, that's for sure. But there we go. And then finally, I don't think I've used this, KAB Cosmetics Day and Night. It's cruelty free. Let's have a look, get inside. I can't even remember what the colours are like in here. So it's just like a matte black and white packaging, sort of cardboard packaging. I really like that. So yeah, cruelty free. Ooh, okay, I think this may have just saved the day. Again, very similar to the others, but there's a real nice variety. So they're 18, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 pans. Let's do it that way so you can see the names. I've only just done finger swatches. So 4 out of the 5 palettes I've never used before. So that's really good. I'm looking forward to this. This excites me. So even if I struggle with the other palettes, I can really work on this one. And it's nice because you've got, looks like there's some warm shades in there. Looks like there's a few cooler ones as well. And then you've got like this just thrown in a corner to keep it interesting. But like your golds, some more like peachy corally shades as well, browns. So yeah, I think that's quite nice. Have any of you used this yet? What are your thoughts? But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Cool. Right, we've just got to pick out a face palette and then we'll be done. Oh God, thank God for this palette. I was getting a bit worried really. I've realised now that I have got a lot of samey palettes, so I think now it's going to start coming down to formulas and what I prefer. And don't worry when I say that I'm decluttering things, they won't be going in the bin. I'll be offering them up to like friends and family. So fear ye not. I'm not being too wasteful, but I'm just not keeping things for myself if I'm not feeling them anymore. Right, where is my face palettes? Oh, here we go. I think we've got a couple in the other one as well. Oh, I don't need to get that one out. It's that big Lorac blush palette which I worked on a couple of videos ago. So here are my face palettes. What do we want? What do we want? Should I maybe pick something out that I'm potentially hoping to declutter that I've not really used? And I'll be thinking, do I love it? Do I not love it? This is not very useful to you because you can't actually see what I'm looking at. But if you look on my... Did I do a declutter video for this? I would have done. If you look on that, you'll be able to see. I can't remember if I did actually. Did I? Did I? Did I not? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to get this purely because... Let me put this down. It's another Revolution palette. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of Revolution stuff is really good, but some of the older stuff can be a bit hit and miss, and I've had this for years. And this one is the Ultra Strobe and Light palette, but this time it's the powder. So I had the cream one last time. I mean, you are only meant to keep it for 12 months, but who keeps palettes for 12 months? Not me. I keep them forever until I hate them. So it looks like they're all like kind of like highlighters, but they are powders, and there's a nice like variation of shades. So we will give that a go. Looks like I've used a couple of them, but not a lot. And then it's like I have got so many individual highlighters now. This is gonna have to be really special for me to keep it because I'm thinking it's bulky, it's this, it's that. So if I love it, I'll keep it. If it's just a bit meh, I'm gonna declutter it. But we'll see in a month. And I think now that I know that I'm wanting to move, I've got like my brutal brain on. I am not taking all of this with me when I go. I really want to sort of like drop down my collection. And now as well with stuff coming in, because Discover Beauty Box is like on pause, and I get my GLOSSYBOX coming in, and even then I don't always get sent that every month now. So I've got a real opportunity here to get more things going out of my collection than coming in, and I can really work hard at reducing my collection. And before I move, there is going to be a big declutter video where we'll go through, and I'm just going to be like super brutal. I'm going to have to love something to keep it. Right, there we go. So let's have a recap. I love talking. We have got the Revolution Ultra Strobe and Light palette. That's my face palette, so I'm looking forward to using that. Eyeshadow palettes, we have got the KB Cosmetics Day and Night. Hallelujah. Thank you for that one. We've got the Mystic Forest from Estate. So very sort of dark and grungy and greeny. We've got the Mellow Harmonia. Boho Glam from U-Star. And it sounds like a pop group, U-Star. And then the Forgive Me Susie little, what was it called? Naturally Yours. Let me get it all in here. Ta-da! Thumbnail achieved. So yeah, those are everything that I'm going to be working on. Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, as I said before though, I've got nearly 44% of my palettes with a pan in. So I think that's really, really good. So thank you for watching as always. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all stay well until my next video, and I will see you then. Take care guys. Mwah! Thank you so much for watching. Bye.